Chris.
All right, rapper Sue Surf facing a judge today after being indicted in a federal racketeering case.
Yeah, if convicted, he could be spending many years behind bars. Chris Welsh is in our newsroom with the details on this. Chris.
Yeah, Steve and Teresa, Sue Surf, whose real name is Rajon Cox, is one of the biggest battle rappers in the business. But right now, he remains behind bars. He made an initial appearance today in federal court. This all happened virtually. He could be seen wearing a yellow jumpsuit, sitting in what appeared to be a small room with a webcam. And before today's hearing officially began, he could be heard asking the court, quote, "What is today for?" At that point, the judge let him speak one-on-one with his attorney before the beginning of the proceeding. Now, the point of today's hearing was to lay out the charges against him. He was not required to enter a plea. Federal prosecutors are hitting him with one count of racketeering conspiracy. That faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison, and one count of possession of firearms and ammunition by a convicted felon. That carries a maximum penalty of 10 years. He told the judge he understood the charges. Now, he also told the judge that he has hired his own attorney, but that attorney couldn't be there until Monday. That meant he still needed a lawyer for today. The judge said that because of his higher income, Sue Surf does not qualify for free counsel, but the judge decided to provide one nonetheless. Now, I spoke to Chuck Creekmer, CEO of allhiphop.com, about Surf's reputation in the industry, and also asked him if he was surprised by this arrest.
It's a huge thing because Sue Surf is one of the most storied, legendary battle rappers in hip hop, period. He's on the Mount Rushmore of battle rap. I mean, it was a shocking, but it wasn't necessarily a surprise. We've seen things on the internet. We've heard rumors. There's been a lot of buzz. Even Surf has jumped on Twitter through a burner account, sort of laying it out prior to the arrest.
And Sue Surf is one of 10 people listed on the indictment. That's part of the racketeering case. Federal prosecutors say he and the others are part of the Rollin' 60s neighborhood Crips gang, and that gang is accused of murder and robbery, among other crimes. Now, sources told our Lisa Evers that agents approached the home where Surf and a female were staying, and the two tried to exit the house from the back door, but law enforcement had the house surrounded, so the two went back inside the house, refusing to come out. Negotiators were called in, and about an hour later, he surrendered. That all happened yesterday afternoon. Now, Sue Surf will remain behind bars for now. A bail hearing will take place eventually, but as of tonight, the court has not yet said when that will take place. Teresa.
All right, Chris, thank you.
What's the deal, my people? Thank you for joining me on my channel, Panama's OG Truth. Today we're going to New Jersey, New York to be exact. We're going to be talking about Mr. Rajon Cox, aka Tsunami Surf, known as Sue Surf. Legendary battle rapper, gifted, lyrically gifted, okay? When it comes to the art of battle rap, he must be mentioned with the greatest, if not one of the greatest. There ain't no denying that. So we already know back in 2022, Sue Surf, he got hit with a RICO charge. And as we speak right now, he's currently in the county jail, fighting for his life, fighting this RICO charge. And that's what it brings me and what I gotta tell you guys. And like I've been telling y'all before, if you watch my previous videos, I've explained to you how the RICO charge is being used in the United States of America, in our cities, to break down and dismantle any, let me choose my words carefully, because I feel like a certain group of people, minorities, are being targeted with this RICO charge. And a lot of these people that are being targeted are rap stars. And the way it looks, you might have some athletes to get hit with a RICO charge in the near future. We'll get to that later on. But we have numerous examples in the last years of rap stars, record labels, either being investigated for a RICO charge or being hit with a RICO charge. Currently, we have the whole Young Thug YSL thing going on. It's not looking too good for Thug. Before that, we had a G. Fredo 7981 Cal in the NOB in Boston. We saw what happened. You know, they got hit with 9 years apiece. Not too bad, but still some 9 years. You know, time you got to go away. You don't want that shit. The RICO charge, originally, like I told y'all before, 1970s, Richard Nixon, he was the president. They incorporated this to be used, but it wasn't used successfully until the early 90s when Rudy Giuliani, used it to break down the 5 New York crime families in New York City. Exclusively John Gotti and the Gambino crime family. John Gotti had already skated on 3 previous state charges. You know, they couldn't get him, where the Teflon Don moniker came in. Finally, they hit his ass with the RICO charge. It proved to be a successful tool in breaking organized crime down. To this day, organized crime, as far as the Cosa Nostra, the Italian mob, has never been the same. So you fast forward to 2023, we have the DAs in our cities in the United States of America targeting rap stars, rap labels that have ties or previous ties to the streets. So if your money came from any illegal activity and the feds can prove it, it's a good possibility you'll be a target, okay? And Sue Surf, he doesn't make any discrepancies about him being a rolling 60 neighborhood crip, okay? Reportedly, by the age of 13, he jumped off the porch. He was already with the gang-banging lifestyle, okay? Age 18, he caught his first gun case. March of 2017, he caught an attempted murder charge, okay? This was payback for one of his homies getting shot. He ride down on his op, handled his business, was facing a life sentence. Dropped out substantial amount of money, reportedly over $60,000. He beat the case, slap in the hand. He would end up getting shot 5 times. This was a hit on Sue Surf, okay? And the way he made it is some shit that you can't make this up. This is a movie type shit. He got hit 5 times, started running and stumbling in between traffic, trying to open car doors in the middle of traffic. Finally, opened the back door of a vehicle, fell in the back seat, told the driver, man, take me to the hospital. Imagine that. The driver was like, man, I'm not from here. I got lost. I took the wrong exit. I don't know where the hospital is at. But if you tell me how to get to the hospital, I'll take you to the hospital. Sue Surf gets to the hospital, calm and collective. Because what a lot of people don't understand is when you get shot, and I'm speaking from experience, when you get shot, people panic. They start looking at the blood and they start panicking. And when you start panicking, your heart starts beating faster. So your heart starts working harder. It starts producing more blood. So that's more blood that you start losing. And that's why people die. They die from the shock, the trauma. Okay? That's the majority of times how people die. Whereas they are calm, it's a possibility they could survive. But he was able to stay calm. Like I said, they took him to the hospital. He made it. He survived. So what I'm trying to tell you is he's already had brushes with the law. He's even lost. He even lost his life. He was this close to losing his life. So he's already had a lot of wake-up calls. All right, but he continued to stay in the street while he was still trying to pursue his rap career. And what I'm trying to say is, if you're trying to be a rapper and you still have ties to the streets, it's just a matter of time. It comes back and it bites you in your ass. You can't be a rapper and still be in the streets. Because at the end of the day, believe me when I tell you, if you're doing illegal things and you're in the limelight, you're inviting problems to you. It's just a matter of time that either your ops or the feds get you. In the case of Sue Surf, what the ops couldn't do, the feds did. 2022, he's chilling in his condo with his girlfriend. The feds surround the complex. They try to get him to come out. He tries to dip, via the back door with his girl. When he realizes that the whole place is surrounded by the feds, the cops, he goes back in. He barricades himself, and they say that the standoff ensued for about an hour. Finally, they got him to come out. They arrested him. They hit his ass with the RICO charge. Where we at now, okay? And the thing about this, they are using Instagram to prove that Sue Surf was doing dope deals, all right? Through Instagram, okay? So, and you guys know what I'm talking about, all right? You got cats out there that are trying to sell all kinds of shit on Instagram. But if you're a rap star, if you have a lot of eyes on you, that's not a smart move, okay? Allegedly, he was trying to sell some MDMA on Instagram. They also have him making some weed deals on Instagram. So what I'm trying to say is all these things that he's done, like I said, and he's left a paper trail, because anytime you send any type of message through Instagram, social media, whatever, that's a paper trail. So if you're doing anything illegal, then people could go back and bring all that shit and use it against you in the court of law. And that's what they're doing right now. So when you establish the illegal transactions on social media and you establish the fact that he's a reputed Rolling 60 neighborhood Crip and he's putting work for the Rolling 60 neighborhood Crips to further the gang, that establishes right there a RICO indictment. Okay, and it gets deeper than that. So they hit his ass up and 9 of his little homies, a total of 10, and they all being hit with the RICO charge. And then to make matters worse, and this is what they say, and if this is true, like I said, with the evidence that they have, it's not looking too good for Sue Surf. One of his big homies, one of his OGs, somebody that has a high position in his clique, the Silverback Gorillas, they're talking. They're giving Sue Surf up. So he has one of his big homies, like I said, telling it on him. Testify. He's going to testify against Sue Surf. And that shit right there is going to be a nail in the coffin for him. And it's sad because, you know, ain't no loyalty in the game no more. And we see this over and over and over. People that you think they got your back, people that you think are going to ride for you, people that you grew up with, that you did dirt with, they will be your ops when you see them in that court of law because they'll be testifying against you to save their ass. All right? It's every man for themselves. So let it be a lesson learned to these youngsters out here. You guys continue to do dirt, continue to do all this motherfucking dope dealing, all this pistol playing, all this credit card scams, all this shit. And then you go on and you brag about this shit on social media or you rap about it. And then when your ass get popped, these people, the fans, use that shit against you. You throw the noose around your neck yourself. And I don't get it. Sue Surf, prime example. Gifted rapper. Lyrically, a killer. And they're trying to prove that he was literally a killer. So it's not looking too good for Mr. Sue Surf. I hope that he's able to beat this case. Like I said, he has somebody that's snitching on him, which is always the case. From what I hear, somebody from his gang, OG. Then they have the text messages. He also had a gun case. They got his ass with a Beretta 9mm, which is illegal. When you're a convicted felon, you can't have no guns. Okay, and then when they confiscate the gun from him, he goes and he makes jokes about it, about, you know, comparing it to losing a loved one. I mean, he's like literally taking this shit like it's fun and jokes. He's mocking the authorities. So not too smart. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna keep y'all posted. I'll let y'all know what happens with Sue Surf. Like I said, I'm hoping the best for him. But once again, the RICO charge is a tool that they're using and they're gonna continue to use to break down anything that has to do with urban politics, anything that has to do with the hip hop game, anything that has to do with the street gangs, anything that has to do with organized crime. If they can prove it and you leave yourself open for it, get ready, because that RICO charge will be knocking on your door. Like I said, there's plenty of examples across the country. It's a matter of you going to listen or not. All right? I'm bringing y'all the truth, Panama's OG truth. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I give it to you raw and uncut. Pay attention. This is a cautionary tale. These people are not playing. Like I said, prime example right here. Mr. Sue Surf. We're hoping the best, but at the end of the day, it's not looking too good, y'all. Much love. God bless. See y'all to the next one. Panama's OG truth.